Welcome, fans, to a very special episode this week. For our little holiday break, we have Chad MacDonald from the Hell's Kitchen Rangers. I'm sure you recognize him, his beautiful face from the MSG commercials, and his son Liam, who unfortunately couldn't join us tonight. But yeah, I mean, without further ado, we got Chad here from the Hell's Kitchen Rangers. So
Welcome,
I guess
Chad.
yeah. So I guess to jump right into it, if people haven't seen the commercial, they're not too familiar with what you do. I mean, give us a little bit of a background, how you got started and where you're at now.
Okay, so if you have seen the commercial, you may not recognize me because I've since chopped the ponytail off.
I was gonna say that, but I was thinking maybe I didn't see the commercial.
Yeah, oh yeah, no, on the pony, I've got a full slicked back, luxurious ponytail in the spot, but just recently chopped it off. It was just getting to be a bit much.
I have to say it's for a better look.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. That's what my wife thinks too. She's yeah. So basically, we do street hockey here in Hell's Kitchen, and we're the Hell's Kitchen Rangers. Super original name. I don't know where we came up with that. And yeah, so we've been that's it. I'm the street hockey guy, and if you watch Rangers on MSG Networks, that spot comes up about the Hell's Kitchen Rangers street hockey dude with the ponytail. That's me.
Well, how'd you get started doing that?
Well, it's funny when you were telling me how you guys started this podcast. How was this something you were always doing, and may as well just go all the way with it? Very similar to how we got going. My son has always been into hockey since he was born. I don't know where he got it from, but he always watched the Rangers with me. He always wanted to skate and to play hockey, which was a thrill for me. So we taught him how to skate. We got him into hockey, specifically the Junior Rangers. They've been spectacular for us. And but before all that happened, we had hockey sticks. We actually got hockey sticks for Christmas a few years ago, and we got 3 sticks, one for me, one for him, and a goalie stick. And we had a little net, like a little, the knee hockey stuff, the really small one. So we just had that tiny little net and 3 sticks. So we went to our local playground, the one that they filmed in the spot, and just started, messing around, having a little shoot around. And the other kids were so fascinated by what we were doing because, before we came along, you didn't see street hockey in the neighborhood. There wasn't a lot of it. I mean, the Mullen brothers would be ashamed. So
that was going to be Coach. I was going to bring that up.
That was going to be my question. If you were aware that the Mullens were from there.
Oh no, you can still ask that question. I got some answers for you.
All right, we'll get to that. So keep going.
No, but anyway, yeah, we brought the sticks to the playground, and long story short, kids wanted to play with the 3rd stick, the extra stick. They were actually lining up at one point, all lined up for a stick for a chance to play with the extra stick. And so it was like, well, I mean, I grew up playing street hockey, and it's certainly more fun with more than just 2 people. So I just started looking around. At the time, I was what you want to call an influencer, and working with a lot of toy companies and sporting equipment companies. And I reached out to them and I said, can anybody get me sticks? Anything would do. I got a little lip service. No one really got back to me. I'm not going to mention any names of the companies unless you want me to throw some shame on their name.
That's up to you.
But the magic part of it came when my wife said, "Have you heard of Buy Nothing groups?" And I said, "No, what's that?" And apparently it's a nationwide movement called Buy Nothing, and every neighborhood has a Buy Nothing group. And it's, if you have stuff you want to get rid of, you post it there. Like, oh, I got this coffee maker. It still works fine, but I got a new one. Does anybody need a coffee maker? That kind of thing. Instead of just throwing it out to bin it or whatever. And you can also post what you're looking for. So I posted a picture of me and Liam with sticks and a bunch of kids with no sticks. And I said, we're looking for hockey sticks. Anybody got them around? And within a day or 2, I had a dozen sticks.
Wow.
I had a couple nets. I got one of those. I don't even know what the name of it is. It's a big mat with an elastic on one end, so you can practice your passing and your one timers. You serious stuff. A skates, a mat where you can slide back and forth, practice your skating slide. I
had that when I was a kid.
Things have just been rolling in. We got two nets, bigger nets than what we had. Goalie sticks, bag of pucks. Like they gave us hockey cards for the kids. People were giving us. It was wonderful. And is
that bag of pucks the one we got for Bushnevich?
It might be. They look rather used. I mean, they could have at least given us some new ones, you know. Don't even get me going on that. You want to sidetrack?
No.
Well, we need to get your opinions on it.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think we're aligned. Let's just put it that way for now.
So the interesting thing I see from it, I know there's deck hockey leagues on Long Island, but when I was a kid, that's what we grew up doing, playing out in the street, literally in the street in front of my house.
Yeah.
Granted, it's a suburb.
Yeah, you can't really do that in Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah, but we had like
you go to the playground.
Yeah, we had neighborhood teams, and we would go to we'll play you guys Saturday morning at this park or on the tennis court.
Yeah,
so it was a lot of fun. It was a little crazy, you know.
Yeah,
maybe we can have a Rangers at Street Hockey League. We have the Hell's Kitchen Rangers, the Lower East Side Sidewinders.
The thought has crossed my mind.
Hey,
and you know what's interesting is
you never know. You never know.
What's interesting is obviously the spot is nice that we're with MSG Networks and everything, but and Liam has played in the Junior Rangers, but there has been, I have to say, little to no outreach from the Rangers or the Junior Rangers to us. I mean, I'm doing everything, getting it out there, trying to keep us alive and playing. Nothing from them. So I'm like, okay. But what's interesting is I heard from the New Jersey Devils. They're like, Hell's Kitchen Devils would sound better.
Oh man!
Oh, don't you dare!
I'm like, yes, it would.
It would.
But we are Rangers fans. We can't do that. And there was, I don't want to, mention any names, but there was an offer thrown out there. They tried to move in on us. The Devils did. We said no, but they were looking to make a big thing of it. And
what you should have done is taken that to the Rangers and been like, dude, the Devils are trying to poach us. And maybe let the Devils form their own little thing, and then you guys could have played each other. That would have been cool.
That's a great idea. If we can somehow make that happen, that would be fantastic.
Yeah, be like Devils. Figure out your own Hell's Kitchen Devils. We'll play them.
Sounds like you need an agent, Cousin Ed. I don't know.
No, I mean that's kind of crazy though. So who reached out for you? Can you say? I mean, I don't want to. You don't have to answer if you can't.
I won't mention who reached out from the Devils organization. No, but yeah, they had seen, because it's the same company. Gosh, it just went out of my head. The same company films all the spots for MSG Networks, right? So they not only do the Rangers, but they also do the Islanders, the Knicks, and the Devils. Yep. So somebody in the publicity department of the Devils was watching, guessing playing the Devils, was watching that game and saw us and was like, Hell's Kitchen Rangers, hell, Devils, come on, right? And good argument. And they followed it up with some stuff, but I'm like, no, can't do it. So Rangers, come on, man, I'm holding out for you here.
Yeah.
Well, we'll talk afterwards. Maybe we can figure something out.
Speaking of MSG,
it's fine. Honestly, I can barely handle what I've got going on
around. That's what we all say.
Yeah.
How did speaking of MSG, how did that commercial come to life? Like, how did the Hell's Kitchen Rangers get on that radar to get its own commercial?
Came out of nowhere, and they didn't want me. I regularly, I don't anymore, but I was regularly posting on Reddit for a while. I haven't been for about a year because just too busy. But But I was posting a lot of, fun Ranger stuff. I'd make memes or whatever, and a buddy of mine has a Corvette, and he's got a wrap for it that makes it look like it's a Rangers jersey. It's got Rangers down the front. It's just so beautiful. I'll send you a picture if you want. It's really gorgeous.
Love to see it.
And so I said, oh man, I got to post this. And he's like, yeah, all right. So I posted it. And one of the guys on the production company, and the name's going to come to me after we finish recording, but right now it's not, regularly was checking the Rangers subreddit, and found the picture of the Corvette and reached out to me and was like, hey, can you, is this your car? We'd love to film this. And I was like, no, it's not, but I can put you in touch with the guy whose car it is. And for reasons I won't disclose, he didn't want them to film his car, which I knew he was going to say that. So, and I said, but hey, in case he says no, here's the thing that I'm doing. And I told him about the Hell's Kitchen Rangers. And he said, wow, yeah, that sounds great. We'd love to do a spot on that. And I was like, great, sounds good. So that's how it came about. So that was, when was that? That was, I don't even remember. 2020, I think.
Wow. So did it premiere in 2020 or did it premiere recently?
I feel like they last season. So no, 2021. Gotcha. 2021. They came and they filmed us in September. They basically just came and filmed a regular day. They were really nice. They got the kids shirts, which was nice. So all the kids got, they all looked like they matched, even though it all looked like one big team kind of glumping in and whatever. But they got the kids shirts. We filmed it. They were in and out in just a couple hours. It didn't take long. And I think it was up and running like a week later. Like it didn't take them long to put it together. It was right up.
Wow.
And can I just tell you what a thrill and it remains a thrill when it still pops up.
I mean, the kids must go crazy.
They do, yeah.
And they see themselves on TV. That's great.
It's been a big deal. Like that's my kid and his friends, right? And so like, around school, he's the guy who got everybody on TV. That's kind of a big deal when you're 9,
Yeah, definitely.
I'd say so for sure. It's a big deal when you're 33
yeah,
also.
So I mean so it was nice. It was nice to in a very abbreviated fashion, like tell our story because it wasn't planned. It just sort of came together, and now it's just like this tradition that we do. We do it every Saturday in the park that they filmed at. It's just up the street, that was. It's indescribable, the feeling of when we first saw it. Like everybody's phones just lit up, Yeah,
that's great.
No, it's really great. Cool. So how many kids come out there on Saturday? Is it just always different kids or is it always the same kids? But how many you get usually?
It depends. I mean, during the lockdowns, we were literally the only game in town. So we were a lot more popular because there wasn't anything else to do. So we would get anywhere from a dozen to 15 kids. Nowadays, we only get about maybe 4 to 5. Like the things you don't think about when you're doing something like this. Like I had a 9-year-old mindset, which is, oh yeah, we'll just go play hockey. We'll just go out in the street and play hockey. Everybody got a stick, no problem. But that's when you're playing with other kids who know how to play hockey or know the sport. Now you're introducing like complete neophytes to the sport. So it's that's when you realize, that, these sticks, they can chip your knuckles. They can, they can hurt when they hit you. So if I'm going to encourage children to keep playing, I got to come up with stuff. So like, it's not just sticks and nets and pucks. You also need gloves and knee pads and helmets if you got a goalie. And so, there's not really another way to do it. So I'm just going to show you this. Hopefully this works. So the best way to do it is just show you what we call the war closet here. So I don't know what you can see in here, but this is all hockey sticks. And then we have shelves here for skates. We've got nets in behind there, the big net, everything. We've got bags of equipment.
See that G-Men helmet too.
G-Men, Yankees. Well, I mean, if you look at Liam's Lego display, that says everything. We've got the Rangers right there. We got the G-Men right there. I'm sorry if you're Mets fans, guys, but we're in the pinstripe.
Damn, those are pretty cool. How much are those Lego sets, Coach? Christmas is around the corner. I was telling Coach Ed, Christmas is around the corner. Those Lego sets are pretty cool.
But yeah, no, you don't think of that. You just think like the kids just need sticks. You don't think about things like gloves or shin pads or anything like that. So that's what made the neighborhood so special, was they got us all of that. Goalie helmets, masks that we could use for goalie helmets, all of it. It's like, I'm beyond grateful. Like, that's not my stuff. That's the neighborhood stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And should I ever get to the point where I'm not being able to do this anymore, got to find a successor, someone else to carry it on.
Yeah, for sure. So let me ask you, you mentioned in your little synopsis that you invented something called sprinkler hockey. Gonna have to explain what that is, because that sounds like a lot of fun.
It's amazing. So this is how the Hell's Kitchen Rangers are able to continue on through the summer. Down here on Pier 84, just off the Hudson, there's a big splash pad. It's a giant circle, and there's like a concentric line that goes in with a line of fountains, and they all go off at different times. There's patterns, or they'll all go off together. And we actually made a video about it, but when it's really hot, that's the only way you can do it. I can't put these kids out on asphalt in the sun, so I put them on the splash pad instead. And then they got to try and stick handle around the fountains, and everybody gets soaking wet. But it's a good way to have fun when it's like, when it's August in New York and everything's pavement. It's just heat's just coming up at you from the. It's super refreshing. Like,
how do you get away with that though? Aren't there other kids in the splash thing and they let you do that with hockey?
There are.
Sticks?
You just wait your turn, because
okay.
Where it is, it's. I wouldn't say it's low traffic area, but when it comes to New York City, it's as low traffic as you can get, because it's it's the pier, the next one over from the Intrepid, so everyone's passing through. Gotcha. And if people want to stop in and get wet, that's fine. Or just that's our version of car.
Gotcha.
Watch out for the flying hockey
puck.
puck.
Ceasefire. And then sometimes they'll actually join us, because I've got a whole cart full of sticks. I'm like, oh, and they're like, wow, that looks like fun. Well, if you want, there's some sticks over there. We've had people just join in. So
you mentioned you're on the pier by the Intrepid. Is that where you play every week, or do you switch around?
No, we play at
where can everyone find you?
Yeah, we play at a playground called Matthews Palmer Playground, and it's over here on 45th Street. And we're generally there every Saturday at 11 a.m. ish. Play for about an hour and a half, and then the kids get playground time. As time has gone on and people have come to play with us, I've learned that I have to have like bottles of water. And originally it was like I had like, because we have so much candy every Halloween, we end up with so much it's a ridiculous amount of candy. So I have like a Spider-Man head full of candy, and people can pick candy, and I'll have like Hot Wheels or little rubber duckies for the kids to take. But I've also learned that
wait, are you going to be there Saturday?
This Saturday I'd like to be, but I don't think I can. It's not looking that good, but the kids are all out of school next week, so we'll probably have extra sessions.
Nice.
We've got a Facebook page just called the Hell's Kitchen Rangers, and I try to post every Saturday morning around 10 a.m. for sure, if we're going to be there, or if not, because if people are waiting on us, then I don't want them waiting there and us not to show up. So if we're not going to be there, I always let them know. And if we're going to be there, I also always let them know, because this is super informal. It doesn't cost anything. Nobody signs up. It's just, if you're free and not doing anything else, come on, play hockey. That's it.
So what happened? Give us the Brian Mullen situation. Give us a couple of stories.
Well, obviously I know who he is. We've met him a couple times, which is nice. Got a signed picture of him right here, actually. Nice. So nice. We've met him. Where did we meet him? Liam has also played with the Junior Rangers for a few years, and I think he's probably one of the very few kids that have never met a ranger. Never met, you know. I don't want to come off sounding like I'm whiny or complaining, but it's like, man, all these other kids are meeting, like they got to meet Revo before he left, and they like the Rangers alumni are always at Junior Rangers events, but they just never seem to come to ours. And
Oh,
but
gotta spread that word,
you know,
man.
I've been dying for Brian Mullen to catch wind of this, and I'm not sure if he has. Last year we donated toys to the MSG Garden of Dreams, which is where we got those photos. So we got to meet like Brian Mullen and Adam Graves was there, Stefan Matteau and Liam, they go way back at this point. And it was very gratifying actually, because after you drop off the toys, you get to, you know, meet the players real quick and they'll sign a picture for you. And Liam went up to Adam Graves and Brian Mullen were sitting together. And he went to Adam Graves and said, "I'm Liam and I'm the captain of the Hell's Kitchen Rangers. And I'm never going to forget this moment for as long as I live." Adam Graves just sort of looks at him and goes, "The Hell's Kitchen Rangers from the commercial?" And I was like, he's seen us.
Yeah.
That is phenomenal.
So how is he not getting you guys any
Said,
love?
"Brian, yeah, you got to come play with us sometime." And now I never heard anything back. So
I'm shocked that Brian Mullen doesn't get involved a little bit.
well, he
at
is
least
busy.
show
I
up.
do have to give him that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like we can pay him anything. So
I mean,
but
that's where he
like,
grew,
Rangers
he
gotta
where
does
he
do a
grew
lot
up.
with the Junior Rangers, and the Junior Rangers, to be fair, to be more than fair, I mean, they're a big organization. They have a bunch of different practices all over the place. They can't possibly get to all of them. And you know, what are you gonna do? You know, it's like he's a big time NHL star. We're just a bunch of scrubs playing street hockey.
Yeah, but that's where he grew up. I don't, you know.
Yeah,
You gotta grow
you know,
you gotta grow the game. You gotta get the awareness up, especially in the inner city, New York City
And
for sure.
And I was
yeah,
telling the
I'm
boys,
trying.
I was telling the boys that I remember when they made the NHL, their claim to fame was they grew up learning hockey, playing in Hell's Kitchen and roller hockey.
Yep.
You know, so this is what you're doing.
Yeah.
Not quite.
So I would
That's
think,
plain.
well, you know
Not
what
quite.
I mean. You know what,
Yeah.
you know what I mean. I mean,
Well, you got
know,
to start somewhere. They start with street hockey on foot.
I know, but I just
you
figured
graduate to roller hockey.
I figured Brian Mullen would, you know, feel that a little bit.
Well, we got to try and
that
find
too.
him.
I thought that too, but I mean, like, I don't know him. He doesn't owe us anything.
No, I'm not saying that.
It would. No, I know, but it would be real nice. But you know, it's also not necessary.
You know,
like,
when I was young, we played. I played in like Apple Core house leagues when I was like 5, 6 years old, whatever. And the Mullins were around some of the like some of the training sessions we did. They weren't really practices. It was more like skills work. And I ended up meeting Brian Mullen as a kid. He was there. Joey Mullen came, I think. I don't think to mine, but he was around. So they are involved in the community. That's why I'm.
they certainly are.
I'm a little surprised that they're not there, but maybe they don't know about it. I don't know. I mean,
possible. I won't.
Maybe they're
just
busy with their lives
at
this
something. Over the back of your chair, there is that a big. What jersey is that? Is that one of those big Foco fluffy hoodies?
No, it's a onesie.
Okay, that was my next guess. Yeah, I'm gonna get around to getting one of those.
I do have
the big.
I have the hoodie. I have the big hoodie right next to me, actually, as a tablecloth for my ice skating rink.
I love those things. They're so nice and
It's
warm.
a onesie, man. You put it like this.
Yeah, I got it.
Right through the sleeve.
Yeah, I got it.
I need one of those.
So, Chad, I mean, I know seems like you got a lot of equipment. I'm not sure how much more room you got in your war closet, but is there a way that anyone can donate old equipment? I mean, I know Coach Ed and I have plenty of stuff.
Oh, thank you. At this point, we don't need, but I mean, that can always change. Sticks break. You know, I mean, you can either reach out to me on Instagram, Chad or MacDonald, or Hell's Kitchen Rangers has its own Facebook page. Either of those, you can message there if you have something you want to get rid of. Sure, I can find it at home. Because we're at the point now where it's like, here, you take this, kid. Here, that's yours now, kid. You know what I mean? So
yeah, that's great.
Well, you got to, because not only, if the kids actually own the stick and that's their stick, it'll mean more to them.
Yeah,
For sure.
I think that I really admire what you do. I think that's great. What you did there in Hell's Kitchen. I mean, that's how the game has grown. It's such a great sport, and in this country, it kind of takes a back seat to basketball, football, baseball. But
Yeah.
little things like that in spots all over the country, just 3 or 4 kids that pick up a stick and play, and then they fall in love with the game. That's how the game grows, and that's how we get NHL stars one day, hopefully.
I do take some pride in walking around the neighborhood, and when you're dropping off or picking up your kid from school, and a few years ago you never saw any Rangers gear. Now you do. I think I might have had something to do with that. So that's nice.
That's great.
I never used to see kids with Rangers jerseys, and now you do. Well, now you're definitely gonna, because I got a bunch there that I'm gonna give them. But
Nice. Good for
But
you.
You're feeding the system.
there is interest now. So like that's just nice. And like I said, this was never anything that I could have planned. It all just sort of happened and rolled out, and I'm very happy about it. But
You know what I find
for you,
interesting also is the those Milex sticks. That brings me back to my childhood.
oh yeah,
The plastic
Yeah.
blades with the plastic
yeah. Well,
blade.
we
There it
had
is, right
we
there.
had a couple of those. Do they ever suck?
Yeah, but we used to heat them up and curve them.
Oh yeah.
Coach had
Those
used them on
freaking
the
things.
coach had used
Yeah.
them on the
Class,
penalty
you
kill in
step on
college.
them.
Yeah, I haven't showed the kids that one yet. I'm like, let's just get you playing hockey before we worry about heating up sticks.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's I remember that like yesterday. Wow.
So
Yeah,
Chad, who's your favorite Ranger of all time?
And then give us a current favorite Ranger as well.
Oh, I don't know. Like, there's a bunch. See, the thing with me is I came from Canada. Always wanted to live in New York, so made that happen. But so the Rangers became my team early. But I wore 19 when I played hockey, because
Me
my
too.
father wore 19.
I wore 19 too.
Okay, so who wears 19? Who wore 19 on the Rangers? The great one. Played with Rod.
Rattel. John Rattel.
No. Yeah, Rattel.
Yeah.
18 was
Yeah.
for Chuck.
Rattel. So Rattel would be my all-time favorite, just because of that. But Henrik Lundqvist has come a long way simply because he was Liam's first player. And I don't mean first favorite Rangers player, first anything player. It was Lundqvist. He loved Henrik. So because of that, and because, he's the king, Henrik is way up there. Currently, the guy who helped me found the Hell's Kitchen Rangers, his name is Hikmet. He's from Turkey. We all call him Mika because he looks like Mika Zibanejad. And he's got like the hair and the beard, just like Zibanejad. And yeah, so Mika is getting it just because every time Mika does anything, we all go, Hikmet!
Yeah,
Nice.
Mika's mine too, for sure.
Yeah, and I totally
love
stole the Zibanejad joke from Kreider.
Right.
He started
Kreider,
it, so
he said that in some kind of interview somewhere, right? I remember that. He was
they
like
did before this season. They did this whole like thing where they're all holding signs, and like they would ask a question, they would have the answer written down.
I saw that.
And they were like, "Who's your best friend?" And Mika held up Kreider's, and then Kreider held up Zibanejad.
That's so funny.
So I'm like, I'm stealing that.
Nice.
No, but
Well,
Mika's
Chad,
really awesome. Yeah.
yeah. Well, Chad, it was really a pleasure talking to you. You're doing God's work over there in Hell's Kitchen, if that makes sense. But yeah, it's phenomenal. Hopefully you can get a few more players back in the mix and keep growing the game, and we'll definitely do our best to spread the word for you. And hopefully Brian Mullen's listening out there and he gets involved, or someone gets involved for you. So we'll let you go. Go
we'll
back
be
to
here
enjoying the game.
regardless.
Yeah. Go back to enjoying the game, and happy holidays, man.
Thanks, guys. Really appreciate you having us on. Happy holidays.
I love
For
that little
sure.
T-shirt. I like that T-shirt you got on there too. Showing
Yeah,
off the guns.
where'd you get
Yeah,
that
thanks.
T-shirt?
I think it's from a company called Bench Clearers because I think I've seen them do it, but I just
They got
literally
the
got it
tanks
off.
too, right? They got the tank tops and then
Yeah, I've seen they have the tanks. So in the summer, I'm actually going to get it. I actually like their white tanks. I'm going to get one of those.
yeah, the white tank
But
is really nice. I'm gonna get it too.
yeah,
I'm with you
but
on
I
it.
snagged it. I just snagged it off of Amazon. Yeah.
Nice.
Nice, awesome. All right, Chad. Thanks for coming on. Happy holidays, buddy. Appreciate everything you do for
Thank
the
you,
kids
brother.
and for the game.
Yeah, we'll
Thank
talk
you, boys.
soon.
Really, really appreciate you having me on.
We'll do it again. Great
Best
job.
to you.
Good
Thanks,
luck
guys.
with everything.
See you later. Thank you.
Bye.
But
All right, boys. Great interview. Thanks to Chad for coming on, talking about the Hell's Kitchen Rangers. A great program, and like I said during the interview, I really think it's important that people do that and coordinate hockey just being played, especially in areas where there's not a lot of ice and not a lot of popularity of the game, and at a minimum, it gets a couple more fans, right? So
Yeah, without a doubt.
So kudos to Chad for doing that, and we really appreciate him coming on.
Yeah, if there's anyone listening out there that has some kind of a connection with the Rangers, I mean, hey, we'd love a guest spot, but for sure hook them up with the Hell's Kitchen Rangers because I definitely feel like the actual Rangers should be involved in that. I mean, the NHL is always trying to push inner city growth for the game and everything, and what better place to start than New York City? So, I mean, they got to do something, and they already have a foundation for it, so they really just got to pick it up.
Yeah, I was a little surprised when he said that the Rangers weren't involved. It sounds like something they would be, particularly when they're advertising it on their network.
MSG. Yeah, exactly. It's very bizarre.
So it's like they're taking. It's almost like I'm kind of ashamed of the Rangers there. They're kind of taking advantage of what Chad's doing by promoting that and then not really contributing.
Exactly.
So I think that if the Rangers are a classy organization, but they can't participate in everything. But at the same time, I would hope that they would.
$2.6 billion. They got enough.
No, yeah. I know, but it's about manpower and time, also, Mike. I mean, there's a lot of little hockey players out there all over New York State. I'm sure that could use some involvement from the Rangers. So.
Yeah, but they're promoting inner city.
That's what bothers me.
Kids,
they're promoting Hell's Kitchen. They're promoting it.
They should be involved somewhat. I'm sorry that one guy could get there one Saturday of the whole season for an hour.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying the guy's got to go there every week.
Once a month, once a quarter, whatever. Like
just don't send like Shesterkin or something. I don't need him pulling a groin playing ball hockey with the kids in Hell's Kitchen.
That's hilarious.
But anyway, so that'll be it for this week. We're gonna drop a full episode after the new year. So I hope everyone had a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, like we said last episode, Happy Holidays, and I hope you guys all enjoy the new year and celebrate. I think the Rangers are they're in Tampa, right, on New Year's Eve, or is it the 30th? They play they're in Florida the 1st. I'll be in North Carolina, of course, because they always play the Panthers in Florida when I'm not in Florida. But I think they play Tampa the 30th. I don't think it's New Year's Eve. Usually they play New Year's Eve, right, Coach? Not this year, though.
Yes.
Yeah, not this year. So we'll come back and talk some Rangers hockey with fuller episodes after the new year. Enjoy your holiday break. And looking forward to it. Looking forward to some more hockey.
Let's keep the streak going, boys.
Love you, fans. See you in the new year.
Happy holidays.
Great job, everybody. Great job to the fans reaching out to Eddie, to Tennessee. What was her name?
Meg Suter.
Tennessee Meg, we'll call her.
Tennessee Meg.
All right.
Have a good holiday, everybody. Love you guys.
Love you guys.
Love you guys.